By now, you're probably well aware of the supply chain problem. A major link in that broken chain is a lack of truck drivers, and there are a number of reasons.
Veteran drivers are retiring, and myths about the industry are keeping the next generation away. But today's trucking industry is a lot different, and students are filling up driving schools.
Our Mark Kane headed to the diesel truck driver training school in Sun Prairie and found a waiting list of students who want to get behind the wheel.
Steve Furden has been driving big rigs most his life. 13 years ago, he traded the road for the classroom. Steve is one of the instructors here at the Diesel Truck Driving School in Sun Prairie, one of the nation's oldest and biggest truck driving schools.
So see, what's the hardest part about this? For most people, it's double clutching. If you can see my left knee, when I shift a gear, I'm gonna go like this, half and out. And that's a coordination thing.
Not to mention, an empty tractor trailer weighs some 31,000 pounds, is 64 feet long, and 8.5 feet wide. Driving one is not an easy job. On the road,
and off-duty status, you go on duty
or in the classroom, Steve has helped more than 900 students earn their commercial driver's license, or CDL.
We explain the gear pattern, and we go through double clutching and maneuvering. It's too much information for them to take in at one time. But at least they have some idea. They've seen what double clutching is. They've seen shifting.
Hop in the truck.
The classes here now have a waiting list, which is good news. The country needs 1 million new drivers over the next decade, 80,000 in the short term. That's partly because drivers are retiring. Some 1,200 a week. The average truck driver is 49 years old.
It's a difficult occupation from the standpoint that you have to be committed. You have to like it, because whether you go long haul or whether you work for UPS, it's an irregular hours situation.
Jerry Klobaka, along with his brothers, own and operate the Diesel Truck Driving School, a company their father started in 1959.
I think our typical driver is probably in his 30s, probably has had some jobs that have not been very satisfying or high paying.
But there are a lot of restrictions on who can get a CDL. Background and health checks generally reduce the potential driving pool by half. It's a 4-week course here to get your license. Getting a job after that is up to the student. And your chances of getting a job right out of school?
Oh, your chances, in my opinion, are 100%. There is not a company in this country with more than a half a dozen trucks that isn't looking for somebody.
The jobs are there.
The jobs are there. There's no reason for our students not to get a job. If they look for a job, they will get a job.
A well-paying job as well. Most companies' starting pay is about $1,000 a week. It goes up from there. Back on the road, Instructor Furden has advice for someone thinking about getting into this line of work.
My advice would be think it through, think what you want to do with it. Some people want to see the country. Some people want to earn a steady living. Some people want a route where they're home every night. They have to know what they want ahead of time.
The stereotypical image of a truck driver and the job is changing.
This ain't, what do you want to do, drive a truck for a living? Yeah, as a matter of fact, maybe I do,
Mark Kane reporting. Another factor making driving a truck more appealing is the fact that more and more trucks now have automatic transmission. That eliminates the whole double clutch obstacle.
And under the newly passed infrastructure bill, drivers 18 to 20 years old are now allowed to haul freight across state lines. Before that, you had to be over 21 to be a long haul driver.